Somebody yesterday accused me of using hair product. And I was like, do you not see me just shake my head? Like can you even do that with hair product? I thought that stuff like froze your hair in time. No, dude. I use shampoo. That's my hair product. Maybe a little conditioner if it's tingly. That's my hair product. Mm-hmm. I heard you killed a dragon. I did. We killed the dragon last night. So, oh, you know, okay, let me wait until we're in here because I want YouTube to hear this too. Because I know some people don't watch the cozy streams on YouTube, so I wanna make sure that all this is on YouTube. Okay, hi everybody. Another day of Dragon Age. So, some quick notes from last night for those that weren't here for the cozy stream. We made 2 big things last night. Neither of them remain story related, but I did want to keep you posted. So the first kind of big thing we did is we killed a dragon. Awesome. We got some dragon loot, which is great. Pretty happy about that. We also got a level, little minor thing, but I think we dropped our point into stealth, so we finally have stealth on our character, which is good. And the second thing is I tried the dragon a few times with level scaling on. And at that point, I really sat down and thought about it and decided that I was going to turn off level scaling. And I did. I've disabled level scaling for the rest of the playthrough. Not only was it frustrating because it was basically with level scaling on, all of the fights were going to become super, like, you have to babysit every character. Every character has to be in specific places at specific time. The thing is, I'm not a fan of the tactical system in this game. The fact that you can't use your mouse as much as you can in Origins is really frustrating for me. It's not mouse intuitive. It is console intuitive. Very tedious to use tactical in this one. You can do it, and it works when you do, but it's tedious, and I don't like it. And what I realized last night is if I'm going to kill these dragons with level scaling, I am going to basically have to live in tactical mode for the entirety of the fight. The reason I'm saying that is because when I fought the dragon, he's throwing fireballs and like putting giant walls of flame on the ground, and all of my AI companions just run through them. Or in some cases, just stand in them. And it's like the only way I'm going to get around that is by literally micromanaging every single character at every single point of the fight. And frankly, I just don't want to do that, dude. I'm not playing this game for micromanaged tactics difficulty right now. We might in Dreadwolf, especially if they improve the tactics thing. I love playing hard games like that, but I don't like playing games that just make me feel like I'm having to babysit the characters, and that's exactly what I did. So what I did is, like, I turned off level scaling, and I went back, and we one-shot the dragon. It was still a tough fight. In fact, almost my whole team was dead at some point. It was still a tough fight, but it felt like a good challenge, and he was still 3 levels below me. So I figured, you know what? I'm still feeling challenged without level sync. I don't think I need it. Nightmare is still pretty tough, so I decided to pop that off. Also, one of the biggest factors in turning off level scaling is that, frankly, it doesn't give you much loot. It makes fights harder, and every fight gets harder, but it doesn't give you a lot of loot. Like, we got a few items in our shipment thing every so often, but, like, no, it really didn't give a lot of stuff. And also, almost none of the stuff I got in the shipments I'm actually using. So, yeah. Just wasn't really feeling it, and just want to let you guys know early that we decided to turn off. I might turn it back on if at any point I feel like the game is no longer challenging us. But yeah, right now we popped it off. Okay. So that being said, are any throne items dependent on the story? Do I need to be doing throne stuff right when I see it? Or can I just like play as normal and do them all whenever I want to? What do you guys think? You can save it till the end. Okay, great. Yeah, I remember in our first playthrough, we kind of just sat on the throne and did like 10 back-to-back. So I'm guessing we waited until the end. Barry says, a message has been provided for your enjoyment. Today's message is, and I'm going to do this right. It's Barry and it's his 102-month sub, so we're going to do it right. $36 bongos. Barry's message is 36 bongos. 36 co-bongos. Thank you for your sub, buddy. It's been a pleasure working with you. Barry, the backbone of our coding team. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Was that Morse code? Don't try to work out the Morse code in that message. It's NSFW and nobody needs to hear it. Let's be real. Yep. How do you switch off level scaling? Oh, level scaling is a trial that I enabled to increase the difficulty of nightmare mode. So I didn't disable level scaling. I turned off the trial that I turned on earlier. Yeah, it's not something you can just, it's not something that's on by default in nightmare. I'm basically playing default nightmare right now.
You seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Perhaps it was both.
Oh.
Adamant Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second Blight.
Fortunately for us, that means it was built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. And thanks to our Lady Ambassador...
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sappers. They've already delivered the trebuchets.
That is the good news.
Uh-oh. ACXL.
And the bad news? Adamant called the ritual at the western approach a test. He may already be raising his army of demons in the fortress.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons...
I found records of Adamant's construction. There are choke points we can use to limit the field of battle.
That's good. We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
Oh, Chromatic Corpse worked out the bongo Morse code. It said subscribe to Co with your Twitch Prime.
What?
That is a hidden message.
Taking this fortress is going to get a lot of good soldiers killed.
Our soldiers know the risks, Inquisitor, and they know what they're fighting for.
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also
Truly an
possible that
NSFW
some
message.
wardens may be sympathetic to our cause.
The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
Corypheus?
We've built the siege engines
Is it
and readied our
Corypheus or
forces,
Corypheus?
Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
We're doing it, man. We're marching. We're marching, chat. This is a good setup. We've got a Grey Warden, we've got an actual demon, and then we've got the guy that's probably closest to understanding both of them. Or at least this one. I feel like you have a lot of potential cool lore options with this group. Yeah, I've always called him Corypheus, like IF instead of EF. Or Corypheus. I think most of the people call him that too. Are we killing Grey Wardens? Those are probably Venatori. Maybe. I don't know. Dude, this scene is awesome. Jesus. That dude holding the gate closed. You'll do it, buddy.
For the Wardens!
No, that sucked. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. He's totally not dead. Not dead, by the way. Coh is on fire.
Pull back! They're through! All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Best make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
I'll be fine. Just keep the men safe.
We'll do what we have to, Inquisitor. Warden Stroud will guard your back. Hawk is with our soldiers on the battlements. He's assisting them until you arrive. There's too much resistance on the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Okay, you know what? I have seen enough messages about this. We're gonna do it. This is happening. Okay. This is happening. You guys ready? Here we go. Hey guys. Coh here with a super quick video. I want to make sure people understand this is a work-in-progress build, but I've been getting a lot of questions throughout the Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough, which still has a pretty good way to go what my build is, so I figured I'd give you a quick video and show you what we're working with. So to start with, let me just show you the build and what we're doing here. That's basically what we're working with right now. So what this build is this is a rope.
Get the damn fish.
I will, thank you. This is a rogue build with an archery focus that is an artificer. So this is a build that you're going to be kind of realizing later in the game. Well, actually, more like the first third, I'd say, maybe even fourth, depending on how far you go. But it's a very strong build, very mobile build.
Applause,
it has decent. Why, thank you. It has decent survivability, and like I said, we're not done with it yet. There's a couple different directions we can go with it, but what I'll do real quick is kind of show you what we're working with. So the bread and butter of this build comes in 3 flavors. The first one is our buddy down here. This is Leaping Shot. Leaping Shot is our shotgun ability. It basically not only jumps us back, but also gives us a quick spread of arrows right at the beginning. We use this currently with Rolling Draw, which is a 200% extra damage bonus. But if you want more survivability, you can actually switch it over to Shot from the Shadows, which makes you stealth and also increases the damage of your follow-up attacks. So I'm just currently using Rolling Draw, but depending on how much survivability you want, you can switch that over. The next part of the build we go to is in Sabotage. Now, this is one of the second kind of cornerstones of the build, and that is this skill right down here, Hook and Tackle. This ability is awesome because not only does it pull you right in range so you can do your big close damage attacks, you can also get a follow-up ability that makes it so it has no cooldown and costs no stamina. So you literally can just spam this at every enemy you see, getting right next to them and doing big damage attacks right in their face, which is a lot of fun. The second major damage component we have after the Leaping Shot is down here with Throwing Blades. Throwing Blades is not only pretty strong in itself, but it also has precision targeting, which means if you only have one target, your damage bonus is going to go up as your blades hit them. Very cool attack that doesn't have to be used in melee range, so you can use it generally after jumping back with Leaping Shot, which is great. But then that takes us to the parts that really makes this build fun, and that's an Artificer. The first major thing that you want to get in here is Opportunity Knocks. This is fantastic because as you can see, especially if you have a high crit build, you're going to be seeing that cooldown reduction hit all the time. So what this allows you to do is pretty much keep Leaping Shot, Throwing Daggers, and in some cases Elemental Mines even, really like spammy, which is fantastic because you're going to be doing a lot of damage, you're going to be having a high crit rate, you're going to be zipping around the battlefield, and most of the time your damage is your cooldowns are going to be down like the entire time. So it's a great skill to get and really is one of the bread and butter parts of this build. Now, another high damage and kind of the third high damage ability that you'll see in there comes right down here into Elemental Mines. Elemental Mines is a high damage Artificer mine attack. It's a little tricky to aim, which is why Hook Shot is so important with this build. It basically, the way we have it spec'd, throws a mine directly in front. If the enemy is highly mobile, then this mine can miss. There is something you can do to get around that by making the enemy immobile using a different hookshot passive, but I found that I much prefer being able to zip around the battlefield. But if you're only going up against one enemy, you may want to consider using the root in place hookshot passive, so that way this ability always hits. Now there's two variants to this skill that you can use. One of them throws a huge amount of mines everywhere, but I found that frequently this would make it so it doesn't do a lot of damage because the enemies don't walk over all of them. So I use the other passive, which is one shot, which is one big mine in front of you. So what you can do is you can hook shot over to the enemy, throw a big mine. Now, the way elemental mines work is it cycles through different damage types. So you may even get lucky and like shock the enemy and keep them still or freeze them or something like that, which is great because that then sets you up for an easy leaping shot right into throwing dagger. But as long as you use it right when you land, there's a very good chance that you're going to be hitting the enemy with the mine, even if they're mobile in some cases. But again, it's the kind of thing where if they're too fast, it does have a little bit of a spool up time and then a little bit of travel time. It also kind of throws in a little bit of an arc. So every so often you will miss with that. In the case that it does miss, you can just leaping shot out to reset, or you can go ahead and just use your throwing daggers if you want to get some extra damage in there before leaping shot, and you can go from there. So the way that this build can grow is in lots of different ways. You can, of course, get your focus here, which I've heard is very good, Hail of Arrows. You can also go down here and use Fallback Plan if you want to get a little bit more survivability. You can go take that down and get the damage bonus here as well. You can also go more into the Subterfuge tree. This is the route that I will most likely be taking. Not only is stealth great to have because you can stealth up your main character and go in and pop the rift disruptions if you want to, but it also just helps with survivability as a whole. There's some fun passives here. You can also go down and get evasion and evade, which is a great way to get around the battlefield, especially if you could take Shadow Step. So lots of different directions you can go with this build. You can also just go way more into DPS. You can even get another damage ability if you want it, which can synergize really well with the cooldown reduction. But overall, a very fun build. I've really, really been enjoying it. Like I said, I'm still very much feeling it out. And yeah, it's just been great. So before we cut the video here, we'll do one more fight so you can kind of see it work in a different situation. There's the hook shot. There's the mine. He's on fire. Pop that out. Throw some daggers. And as you can see,
brothers, can't you see this?
I can use a little bit more survivability.
It's no use.
So anyway, on that note, we are playing on Nightmare difficulty, so it can hurt a little bit. On that note, the build is awesome. I don't generally get one shot like that, but you know, it happens. That probably would have been prevented, for the record, if I had the second leap shotting passive, where it stealths me directly after leap shot, because what that does is it generally makes the enemies you're fighting immediately target someone else. And if your tank is nearby, then at that point you're just not taking any damage and you're good to go. So lots of little fun things with this build, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So on that note, I hope that this helps you see what I'm doing. I hope that you have fun playing this build if you do. You can also play this build in a melee format, switches up the skills a little bit, obviously, but it's absolutely doable. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Stop by the channel, twitch.tv/CohhCarnage. We would love to meet you if you're not here already. And as always, big thanks to my YouTube community. Love it when you guys stop by. See y'all later. Bye-bye. And scene. Okay, so what we're going to do is if we could ping Suzu and Teklios mods, we'll make that an ! build command, and we'll throw that in the title. And anytime you see somebody ask that, we can just ping that over to them. Cool. Okay, let's go. What just one shot me, by the way? What did that? I'm kind of curious. I definitely didn't catch it. An ice mine. Ah, okay. Thank you.
Keep your distance.
The Inquisition is here to stop Clarel, not to kill wardens. If you fall back, you won't be harmed.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Clarel as you must. Well
Cool.
said. I had hoped some of the wardens would listen to me.
Ow. Okay. Stepping on mines as usual. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, Nuriel, that's great too. Whatever works. Yeah, if we could ping Teklios for that, that'd be great. Is that the only thing to do down there? Wait, can I go over here? Oh, there is another place to go. Left side. Over there. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Tech. We gotta go up and over, right? Yeah. Mr. AJ Laycock, why would I ever want to do that? Okay. What is AI? AI is AI, the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. It's a stupidly entertaining visual novel game we've been playing. It's really good. I've been loving it. Soul Wrecker staff. That's pretty cool.
Clear the area around the ladder. We're clear.
Soldiers are dying by the other ladders, though.
You can press on ahead, Your Worship. We'll clear a path for the rest of our forces.
Go. Great. That gap closer, though, I know, right? How good is that skill? I absolutely love it. Yeah, hook shot is badass. Man, this map is no joke confusing. So, we go down. Oh, up here? Up here. Up here? Yeah. Okay. Everyone's pretty much healed. I'm gonna save that cash. Maybe we'll need it more later. By the way, super cool. You I was talking about this last night, but I never tested it last night. You absolutely can hold down the open button and it won't automatically loot containers. So you can view the stuff on them. So if you want to see what's in a container, just hold down the thing. Oh god. It's almost bigger. Ow. There we go. Ice mine. Boom. Beautiful. Cold eye, though.
Inquisitor, always a pleasure.
Good work. Stay with my forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
Hey, Gary Q. What's up, buddy? Cole seems pretty bad. Yeah, he hasn't been great so far. I think his damage output is pretty decent. So, that's good. Hi. How are you? Want to go in the back? Ooh, that looks good. All right, so I think we have to go. Yeah, we have to go south. Ooh, shielded the something. Good? Okay, we good. What was that? Shield of the Anointed. 9 melee defense, but I don't think it's worth the armor loss. Wait. Oh. No, I don't think this is right. Co is the pet in that relationship? I am, Julia. 100%. We go down here yet? No.
We need to help our soldiers up the ladder.
Oh, too far. Beautiful.
They can come up safely now.
We must hurry. Our forces cannot stand against the demons for long.
All right, let's get all this loot and then keep going. Ko is looking for loot while his army is dying. What? No. That what? How dare you? Magister Aramon, I am not an untutored apprentice. The Grey Warden mages who left the circle just after their harrowing might take your explanation at face value, but I was an enchanter before I joined the Grey Wardens. The sacrifices, death are necessary to find the demons, I grant you. You know more of such things than I do, and I make no judgment upon it. But the manner of my mages since binding the demons is still unsettling. They answer my questions readily, but the words are spoken by rote, and several of the non-mages have complained that their comrades seem cold and unfeeling since the ritual.